I had so much I wanted to say today. I had to get a snack. Somebody has disturbed me on the gram. So if you see me go through more than 2 bags of popcorn, that's why I have a problem. Over on my Instagram account, I get a few questions here and there every so often about my flight attendant lifestyle. So there's a few girls and a guy actually that have reached out to me over the years. They're super interested in becoming a flight attendant. They have a lot of questions, and their questions that they have are holding them back from even applying. And I think sometimes I spoil some things for them, because when people think about being a flight attendant, they're thinking about the glamour and the travel and the, oh, I'm gonna be international and first class Paris, blah, 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 blah. So whenever they see the real side of my career that I love, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it makes up to be actually a pretty amazing job, and I heart it. But it's not for everybody. The lifestyle for sure isn't for everybody. Anyway, so I shared a little bit of behind the scenes. Hey, so we got stuck last night, so I'm gonna be here in Trinidad for a time. I think I checked in on a Friday night at 5 p.m. I was supposed to work to Port of Spain, Trinidad, and work back to Houston immediately. Like, it was a quick red-eye turnaround trip. So you check in at 5 p.m., you work to Port of Spain, you work back to Houston, you get back at like 6 o'clock in the morning, I think. I've done this trip a million times, but this particular time it did not go as planned, which happens, y'all. It happens in the flight attendant world. It happens if you're a pilot. It just happens. It happens to regular people when you travel. Things don't always go as planned. Now, in this case and scenario, it like super didn't go as planned. So usually when things like this happen, they get us out the next day. It didn't happen like that. It's like everything that could have went wrong. So first, let's address the problem. Okay. Checked in, worked the flight to Port of Spain. I was the lead on this flight, so, you know, doing my announcement thing, getting on everybody's nerve. And everybody deplaned. We get there, it's like 10 p.m. or something like that. And it's like a literal red eye going back. So nothing was wrong with the aircraft whenever we came into Port of Spain, but after we loaded up all the passengers to return back to Houston so I could be home by 6 o'clock in the morning, we taxi out, we did the demo, you know, all the things. Pilot announced that I think he said the engine on the left side of the aircraft didn't seem to be functioning correctly. I'll just paraphrase and say it like that because, you know, I don't know all the technical terms. I am only a flight attendant. We returned to the gate. Maintenance came on board. They looked at stuff. The captain went down outside and looked at stuff. You know, in my mind, he's popping the hood and making sure everything was working right, but that's not what he did. Anyway, checked both sides. It came back up and he was like, y'all, we're not leaving, because they needed something on that engine to make it work properly that the average person doesn't know, that when we have these outstations in little random parts of the world, we don't have a lot of stuff available. There's not a lot of, what am I trying to say? Parts. There's not a lot of parts available, just readily available. Sometimes we don't even have mechanics readily available. In this case, they said they needed both. They needed the part and the person to install the part. So, captain said flight's canceled, and we were gonna have to get a room. Everything got set up immediately. They got all the people off. Now here lies the problem. That was on a Friday evening that we came into Port of Spain. There are no flights coming into Port of Spain on Saturdays. So we got Friday night, all of Saturday, and then we were scheduled to maybe leave on Sunday at some time. Due to the fact that they had to get an extra plane to fly in the part and the mechanic to come out and fix our aircraft in Port of Spain. Now, when this news came to me, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth, I didn't care. I don't have any kids. I only have a hungry man here that I cook for, and he's okay. He was fine. I let him know what was going on. I don't know what he did that night. He probably went out. Life went on for me. Now, the three ladies, my three adorable crew members, I use adorable loosely. They had a fit, okay? Now, my little 11 years ain't got nothing on them. All of these ladies are 35 years and up, okay? 35 years senior and up. I am 34 years old. These women are 35 years senior and up, okay? So you would think they have adjusted over their 35 years of flying to the fact that things don't work out as planned. No. Let me tell you about my three characters, okay? Character number one, we'll call her character one. This particular flight attendant decided she doesn't pack any more clothes in her bags because she only does turns. And in all the years that she's done turns, nothing has gone south like this has. I've had stupid things happen to me all the time. Maybe I'm the problem. But anyway, so she hasn't had any issues. So she was like, no, I don't bring any clothes. What am I going to do here until Sunday with just a uniform? That's exactly what she did, y'all. She was there till Sunday with just a uniform. She never left the hotel, never left the room. She just, well, actually, she did leave her room. We saw her downstairs in the lobby once, still in that same in that same uniform. Now, character number two, this woman, this adorable crew member of mine, she was terrified of the location we were in. Okay? So because it was a last minute situation, scheduling was not able to provide us with the hotel that we would usually stay at when we're in Trinidad. So we stayed at a different one. Again, I didn't care. Just put me in a room that has a shower available. I prefer for it to be like a safe place, but you know, put me in a room. I'm going to sleep. This woman threw such a fit. She's telling all the passengers, oh my God, I cannot believe they're putting us in a Courtyard Marriott. Y'all, you would have really thought they were putting us in a creepy hotel with rooms outside. Like, it wasn't that bad. It was just a Courtyard Marriott. I actually kind of liked it. I'm not gonna lie. But I'm a simple girl. Character number three, she was okay. She wasn't thrilled, but she was okay. She was my neutral party, and she was like, Tammy, whatever you do tomorrow, let me know. I'll hang out with you because I have clothes. I was like, girl, you got it. I didn't really want to hang out with any of them. I just wanted to go to bed and get some rest. And what I do on any layover is look and hunt for a wonderful coffee shop. I've been to Port of Spain before, and it's actually really adorable. I didn't want to go over to Tobago because that's a whole experience. Ooh, it's a helicopter. So low. because that's a whole experience going over to Tobago. I just wanted good coffee, a good relaxing time, and that's what I did. I ended up stumbling upon a magnificent, highly recommend coffee shop called Full Bloom. Y'all, if you're ever in Trinidad, okay, on that side, and you need a good coffee shop just to hang out at, Full Bloom. I'm gonna be here for a time. I usually hang out at the hotel, but they couldn't get us that hotel, so I'm at a different hotel, and the area looks super sus. So if I go walking outside, to those that know Trinidad, am I gonna get beat up, robbed? All I want to do is go get some coffee. And the cute little shop that I found is like a 25-minute walk away from here. And bro, all I see is buildings and... Well, let's make the best out of it.
So I made it in my taxi.
Y'all, the taxi driver would not let me out of the car until he made sure this was the right place. Is that safety or is it creepy? Because I was trapped. Anyway, isn't this adorable? All the coffee shops within a 1-mile radius from my hotel. This was the one with the most reviews and the most adorable.
Great aesthetics here. This awesome little latte. That cute little quiche over there is all I need to get over these stuck in Trinidad blues. Thanks, Full Bloom.
So, insert story time within story time. If you haven't noticed yet, I'm super chatty. I don't usually have a problem finding somebody that can chat with me as well. While I was in Full Bloom, I got my coffee, chatted a little bit with the staff. I don't remember what kind of coffee I had. I probably have it in the video. I'll tag it if I do. Anyway, got my coffee. I got a couple of little treats just to try. Planned it myself, got comfortable. And there was a family sitting over to the right of me. And I remember I looked up a few restaurants in the area, asked the family about it, or the woman, because they just looked like a happy little family. Y'all. So why? My fiance was so mad at me for this. People in Trinidad, so nice. Whole family was like, how are you trying to get to this restaurant? And I was like, well, from what I can see on the map, it's only like a 10-minute walk. I'll just walk over there. And they said, oh, no. You're not going to walk. We'll drive you. She was like, we're about to leave anyway. My husband and I would love to drop you off. And I said, why? And she was like, well, first of all, it's raining. She said, and secondly, the men here in Trinidad, y'all, please don't come for me. This woman told me, she said, the men here in Trinidad know that you're not from Trinidad. She said, and they will pry on you, basically. And I said, okay. All right, you know, I'm really not scared. I travel. Like, I'm not scared to venture out. I keep my head on a swivel. If I'm watching my surroundings, shouldn't that be okay? And she was like, no. She said, I can't in good conscience allow you to do that by yourself. I said, okay. So y'all, I said a little prayer, and then I got in the car with some strangers. But you guys, they were the nicest people, okay? I actually have the woman's contact number now. If I go back We're gonna have a time, okay? So anyway, they drove me around, took me on a little sightseeing tour in the rain. I'm gonna insert footage. It was terrible, but I still got to see and understand more things about the island that I never even knew. Had a fantastic time with them. Now, in the meantime, I am texting flight attendant character number 3, the cool one, telling her I was headed to this restaurant, so if she wanted to taxi there as well, she was more than welcome to join me. She said, I'm gonna invite the ladies. Yo, when I tell you I did not want to hang with character 1 and 2, little Miss Throw Up, that's in the same uniform she's been in since we got there, and little Miss Scary Pants. Y'all, why? I get to the restaurant. Now, dirty uniform lady did not show up for obvious reasons. But I'm hanging with flight attendant 2 and flight attendant 3, the neutral one and the one that's terrified of the island and all of the people there. Yeah, because it was raining.
Overtime because she's got vacation. Like apparently, yeah.
The next day, that Sunday morning, we finally figured out what was going to happen. The captain let us know that they were flying in a plane to bring us the parts, and the best part about it was they were also bringing us a whole nother crew. That wasn't necessary, but it was a blessing, I was going to tell you, huh? So they brought in backup crew member, backup plane, and the part to fix the plane, and the man to fix the plane. All of these things got done, and I believe we left that next day, that Sunday, at like 1 p.m. and made it back to Houston that evening. All was fine and dandy, but y'all, you want to know what flight attendant 2 told the passengers? They walked on the plane and said, we remember you ladies. Y'all were supposed to fly us there. How was your time in Trinidad? Because remember I told you, the nicest people in freaking Trinidad. Flight attendant number 2 responded to them these words. It was so scary. We were unsafe and trapped in this place. I said, oh, they live here. What is your problem? Y'all, anyway. So sometimes flights do not go as planned. When these things happen, the airline has to make arrangements for us to stay at a hotel. These things don't happen often, but whenever they do, for me, it's not the end of the world. I get over it. I've had one instance where I really did have something going on, and the people that came in from Tiny House Expedition and did the video of my tiny home, they know firsthand. They got to experience my insane life. Then I was going to keto. It was the same situation. It should have been a turn, me turning around and coming back. And that's another story time that had nothing to do with a broke aircraft. It had to do with an adorable crew member. But that situation happened, and I should have been back home that next morning, participated in the filming of my crayon box. But yeah, I had to let them know who they were coming from out of town. I'm not going to be there. And we had planned this thing like months in advance. So it's wild that one of the rare occasions where things went south happened then. And I got to tell them all about that insanity. Anywho, y'all, I just need to answer that for her in totality, because I'm going to direct her to this video. Just to hear this long drag out story because she's real interested. And I was not interested in typing it all out. So this is the end of my story time. I actually have to go run to the grocery store and get some cooking done because I return back to flight tomorrow. And I'll see you next time. Bye.